I don't understand exactly what you're trying to tell me. I mean, first of all, you keep talking about if your ideas are correct. I don't believe we can validate our ideas even when we're correct. I don't believe that's the point, being correct. I think you're trying to be approximately correct, which of course is a different idea from actually correct. And that's the point. If somebody is to think that every time they went low on food, within a few days, a cooked turkey would appear on their doorstep, and they said, well, that's God. Okay, that's God. God is leaving that food for me so my family does not starve. They could go their whole life thinking that, and that's going to be good enough because it's reliable. And if they think that it's God that's making it reliable, that won't change if it's reliable or not. So that theory doesn't get tested out, it's rather confirmed because they're hungry and they get food. If it turns out that this really somebody that's always harbored a love for that woman and has been doing this just because out of concern for her well-being, that woman need never know that. We could test that, we could check that, and we would say that the person is leaving the food. But some other religious person could say, "Oh yeah, well God is the force that led them to have that love," and so God was still doing it. And we could go back and forth like that, and the only way we'll tell the difference between one element or another is by you know looking closely and by trying to compare the approximate idea with the other approximate idea. We'd compare the fact that, well, other people are starving and seem just as deserving, and they're not getting food, and why has God forsaken them? And you could follow all of that knot of ideas, and you'll find that it's a very complicated knot, and it's much simpler just to understand that, no, the person was bringing them food. And when you start talking about miracles, you see, I believe by definition there are no miracles. I mean, because to me, when you say a miracle, it's something that defies the laws of physics. And that doesn't happen. Now, if you're talking about a miracle like, hey, somebody's brought me food when I was starving, well, that's not a miracle. That's obeying the laws of physics. So we're not talking about how to create magic with those kinds of miracles. With those kinds of miracles, we're talking about the physics that we have. Um, Still makes it possible to live a good life and have good experiences and experiences you're really grateful for and so on. But miracles that defy the laws of physics, no, they all have to follow the laws of physics. Everything will have to follow the laws of physics. If we find that it's possible to make something appear out of nothing, we'll find that there's some laws of physics that allow that to happen, and it won't be appearing out of nothing. It'll be appearing out of these laws of physics.